What's good, everyone? This is DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. And sorry for the delay, but I made it happen. I did it for the people. And Wolf Engineer, don't go yet. It's just getting started. Brett Law, thank you for being in the chat. Unoriginal, let's see. You there, Unoriginal?
Hello. How are you, DJ?
Good, my brother. I'm gonna do something different today. And unoriginal, you saw that video I had, the proof.
Yeah, I watched it.
The one reporter posted.
Yep.
Can you believe after all of that, there are still shines making excuses for James Borrego?
Listen, first off, I'd just like to say, as always, I give appreciation to you. I give you your flowers. I thank you for having me on this platform. It's always a wonderful time when I'm on this platform talking sports with people that know sports. There's not a lot of people that know sports, so we have to address those guys.
Yes, we do. For the shines who are listening, trust me, I don't want to be right all the time. But guess what? I'm right. Coach Joe's right. Rev is right. J&J Video's right. Unoriginal is right. We told you guys this was going to happen, but you ignored it because you're sensitive and because you could not see the game within the game. You couldn't. The Hornets tonight were exposed. I repeat, the Hornets tonight were exposed. They weren't prepared. They got embarrassed. The defense was trash. And that's all because of James Borrego. Tebe getting all the shots he wants. Terry Rozier playing hero ball. This is what they signed up for. This was an epic failure. This was an embarrassment. And they did all they could, ignoring Lamelo Ball. And shout out to Lamelo Ball, a young player who rose above the hate. I remember commentators saying that this kid wouldn't make it, that he couldn't make it to the NBA, that his journey was not tough because LeVar, quote unquote, chilled out or whatever they meant. That all was a lie. And it all was exposed today. LaMelo Ball, all game, waving his hands, hoping that his teammates will give him the damn ball. This is the number 3 overall pick. See, I knew it was bad when he couldn't even get his damn jersey. But this is just the icing on the cake. So unoriginal, man. Before I go on again, I want you to cook on what you saw in this game. I'm going to give you the floor, my brother.
My brother DJ, cheer up. This is a joyous day. Listen. I was angry watching the game. I was fuming. Even a couple hours after the game, I was fuming. But as of right now, I'm a happy man because you know what? JB, James Borrego, that bum, exposed himself. The team exposed themselves. They exposed their true nature on national TV. In what was a playoff game? It was a playoff atmosphere. It's not technically a playoff game, but the atmosphere was of a playoff nature. And what James Borrego did was kill off his career. He's finished. He lost his job tonight. I am so happy. I was angry to begin with all the shenanigans he was playing. But I realized to myself, the NBA have been pushing Lamelo. What have you been seeing all with the promoting of the playing? The face of LeBron, the face of Steph Curry. But in amongst those faces is the face of Lamelo Ball. It's not no Terry Rozier, none of Devontae Graham, none of those guys. They wanted to see Lamelo Ball tonight, and JB put him on a back shelf on national TV for everyone to see. Now there is no more hiding. There is no more hiding. Terry Rozier, you embarrassed yourself tonight. You absolutely embarrassed yourself tonight. Lamelo Ball waving and clapping, that was a build-up. He's probably wanted to do that multiple times this year. But tonight just came to a head. Tonight, Lamelo couldn't hide his anger, his frustration. He couldn't hide it. He couldn't hide it. The very guy, Terry Rozier, he calls his brother all the time and whatnot. He couldn't hide that anymore. He was angry with him. Terry Rozier
Powerful, brother.
Terry Rozier showed himself to be a man that is playing for a contract, understandably. But he's a ball hog. He plays for himself. Devontae Graham, he just has to turn up. Everybody knows he's a bum. He ain't really got much to his game. He showed himself to be what he is, a scrub, just chucking up shots. All he has to his game is a little pick. He's such a basic player. All he knows is pick and roll. If that doesn't work, try a pump fake. If that doesn't work, he's stuck. Pass it out, repeat, and just chuck up a three. They showed themselves to be scrubs, and what happens now is the pressure is on Michael Jordan. The pressure is on Mitch Kupchak. Now you have to blow up the team. To lose by 40 points, James Borrego has to go. From minute one, he knew the players that were ready to play tonight. He knew the guys that... He knew what needed to be done to at least make this a respectable game. You may not win, but to at least make it respectable. To lose by 40 points, he knew which guys were ready and were not ready. And he put the guys who were not ready in the limelight. The guys like Devontae Graham, the guys like Terry Rozier, who's shown you a pattern of play in the playoffs. This isn't the first time he's flamed out like this in a big game, an elimination game. Game 7 against the Cavaliers, we all saw it. James Borrego, you're done. You lost your job tonight. And if you don't lose your job, you damn well won't have any power next year to do anything to Lamelo. Starting next season, this will be Lamelo's team or the transition of one. What happened tonight was criminal, and it happened on live TV in a play. To me, it felt like a playoff game, so I'm going to call it a playoff game. It happened on a playoff game on live TV, cost the NBA money. You think Adam Silver isn't fuming right now? All the money he put into the promotion of Lamelo Ball to be in a plane. James Borrego done. The funny thing about it is if James Borrego actually just put his ego to the side for one game and said, you know what, Lamelo, we're going to ride or die with you tonight, whatever happens. He may have actually saved his job. You would think. Even if the Hornets would have lost, they would have said, you know what, there's pieces we can put around Lamelo. The coach believes in Lamelo. We can go with this moving forward.
That's all James Borrego had to do.
That's all he had to do. He had to fake it for one game. He could have gone back to doing the same shenanigans next season. He could have kept his job that little bit longer. But I'm happy he hated Lamelo Ball that much that he couldn't fake it just for one night.
Boy, this is a dumb coach. Aunt James says, I want James Borrego fired by the morning. He is the worst Hornets coach in 30 plus years. No other Hornets coach mistreated any other top 5 picks. The team had Dallas play for Larry Johnson. Boy, and this is a Hornets fan, but I got some good music to play for James Borrego. He's out of there. He's nobody anymore. Yep, he's out of there. Goodbye to James Borrego. Horrible coach. .338 winning percentage. Told you this was going to happen, but y'all didn't believe it. And Unoriginal is right. This is a joyous day because we all saw the truth. Amen. We saw the truth today. Sorry, I had to get crunk, bro.
It has to be done, man. It has to be done. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Because Michael Jordan has to save face now. The Hornets have to do something to save face now. And the NBA will put pressure on them to do so. Adam Silver put pressure on them to do so. Because James Borrego and the Hornets front office just cost Adam Silver some money. And he ain't happy, I'm telling you now.
You know what's
Things
funny?
will
Before
change.
today, I had a bunch of shines and weirdos messaging me, dissing new media. And it's funny, after the game, I don't know where anyone's at. It's funny how it works when the truth is exposed. And I'm loving every minute of this. Lamelo Ball, by what he did, by exposing the hero ball bullshit that's going on, is joyous. By him flailing around, asking for the ball, the viewers saw that James Borrego is a narcissist coach. You can never win with a coach like James Borrego. And yeah, Bartrand, TNT was laughing at them. That was horrible defense. You're still going to play in the zone and you're getting clapped by the Pacers. And we all know why they play the zone. To protect Devontae because he's short.
Playing without Levert, by the way.
Oh,
no
yeah,
Miles
that
Turner.
too. Uh-huh. No Miles Turner. No
Shameful.
Levert.
Shameful.
That was an ass whooping, man. They made the Pacers look like the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors. But I'm glad this game ended in unoriginal. This is funny. I see a couple people saying if Gordon Hayward would have played, it would have changed. Gordon Hayward wouldn't have done shit. They lost by 40 points. All Gordon Hayward would have done is wave off LaMelo Ball and trying to be a point forward. That's what he would do. So cut the cap. But unoriginal, what did you like from LaMelo Ball this whole rookie season? What impressed you the most during this? You know, this was an odd year, to say the least.
What impressed me the most about LaMelo Ball this year is that in terms of his game, he's never changed. His game has never changed. Seeing him as a 13-year-old kid, a 14-year-old kid at Chino Hills, that was the first time I seen him, to now, he still has the same thing in his game. His floater has always been there. And that's a sign of a truly great, a truly elite player. Those kind of players have never changed their game. Since from being kids, they've nurtured their talents and kept the same kind of game. And to bring that to the NBA and to just make it look easy, to look like a veteran at times, and carry the reputation. And he carried the Hornets franchise on his back this season. Let's call it what it is. He made them a relevant franchise. Whoever would watch Charlotte Hornets games, his ability to shoot the ball and to feel like every shot he's taking is going to go in, his unbridled confidence, his game is magic, his passing ability. I mean, everything. He can rebound. Had he not been stifled this year, he could have easily averaged 20 and 10. Easily.
Oh, I agree.
Easily, and 20. I'm just being a bit cautious. I could really say 25. He can get points efficiently, as easy as anybody in the league. And he really doesn't even. He hasn't even built up all his offensive arsenal yet. He still needs a mid-range game, and he's still getting buckets like that this easy. 27 points or no jump shots at 19. Come on, man. This is a special player. We've seen a
Mm-hmm.
special player that has brought love back, a joy back to the game, a love back to the game that was lost for some time. Do you know how many fans I've seen this year talking about? I stopped watching the NBA for years, and I came back just to watch Lamelo Ball because they've
That
been
is
watching
true.
him when he was at Chino Hills, and they've grown up with him. You know, me and Lamelo are basically at the same age. I'm 21. Lamelo's 19. I've grown up watching his game, seeing how he's been trained by his father and how his brothers are trained and how their journey coming into the league. You know, it's lovely to see, and that kind of joy he brings to the game. There's not a lot of players that bring that kind of joy to the game, and to be the superstar level talent I think he is this early, it's we're watching something truly special, and I hope it continues for a long, long time.
I hope so too. That was an excellent point, my brother. The legend CJ says, DJ, you hear about that Hayward could have played and was instead sitting out. Well, I'm not surprised. Gordon Hayward selfishly didn't come back. He could have came back, but he didn't want to. The pressure was on him. He wants to have the narrative, well, if Gordon Hayward would have played, they would have made it to the playoffs. But that's not true at all. This coach is not it. There's so many eligible coaches out there who know what they're doing. This coach wants to have his guys be the main guy. Lamelo Ball is not James Borrego's guy. That's Devontae Graham. That's why he gives him all the damn minutes. And you shines who keep messaging me saying, oh, you too harsh on Devontae. I never said anything bad about Devontae. Unoriginal. You can attest to this. All I've said about Devontae is he's a role player. And I've actually been fair.
At times, you even said if he really stuck to the role and believed in it, he could be a sixth man.
Yeah,
And
I've even said that. And I've heard people say worse about Devontae Graham. I've actually been nice.
Personally, I don't believe he's anywhere close to being a sixth man. So you were
See?
being generous. You were being generous. So me, I think he's a scrub. I think he's a scrub. So yeah.
I don't understand why they act like I'm public enemy number one when I said that he could get an $8 million contract just by sticking his role. And other buffoons are like, oh, yeah. I'm like, trust me. I know some people who cannot stand Devontae Graham, like literally can't stand him. The way he looks off LaMelo and act like he's Allen Iverson. And shout out to JG. He says they play sorry-ass defense, including Melo. Players just looked lost in the defense. They run. They play with no aggression on the court. The poor performance. When you're playing a horrible defensive scheme and doing the same thing multiple times, it's going to look bad. But I get what you're saying there. When you have a tall guard and LaMelo Ball, common sense will tell you to play man-to-man. But like we said, they don't play man-to-man. I mean, they don't play zone. I mean, they play zone not because of LaMelo Ball. They play zone because of Devontae. It's pretty obvious. Not even just Devontae Rozier because he's short. It's to protect their miniature guards. That's all it is. But when a coach doesn't believe in you, when a coach just want to play favorites, that's what you're going to get. We told y'all this was going to happen. Even with the injury reports. In my other video, I think last night I did with Coach Joe, I still had the Pacers winning. That's why I act like the season was over. They were telling me, DJ, the season's not over. Yeah, the season is over. You can't keep doing the wrong things twice and expecting the same results. You can't do that. You can't expect winning doing that shit. Shout out to JG for the $5 super chat. He said, I'm glad the season's over. I'm tired of seeing Melo mess with his wrist on the court. It's too distracting. We need it to heal now. He can now heal now, and hopefully they better get a new coach. If they don't get a new coach, I had to say it, I don't see LaMelo being an all-star next year if they don't get a new coach. James Borrego's going to hold him back, man. He's going to hold him back. And you know Gordon Hayward's coming back. They need a coach to give people roles. To say we're giving the basketball to the point guard. None of that small ball crap. Now, if you had a LeBron James and KD, yeah, you could play small ball, but you cannot do it with a Gordon Hayward. He's strictly a small forward. But this is on Jordan. This is on Jordan. He can make it right with one move. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. All you have to do to rectify the wrongs is to fire James Borrego and get an actual good coach. And Terry in the chat said Hayward made a business move, not playing hurt. He learned from Boston. He sure did. He's like, y'all ain't about to blame me for this loss. Strategic, I give him that. But I don't want to hear anything about people questioning LaMelo's heart. He's playing on the bum wrist. And whenever someone points that out, they said that's an excuse. It's an injury. Bartrand said, DJ, it's one thing for this to happen on a game that may be blacked out, but this happened on national TV with NBA promotion. I'm telling you one thing, if nothing is done, Adam Silver will make that call. He don't want to lose money again.
It's coming.
Mm-hmm. The call is coming. The call is coming. He think Adam Silver playing, man. One thing about Adam Silver, he about his money. Shout out to the brother K. Warren. He said, team quit on Borrego today. They want him gone too. This was a statement. Oh, yeah, it was. Watch the body language of the whole team. They don't want to play for this coach. You know what I knew this team was messed up? I'm going to tell you why. When they had unoriginal, you remember when Devontae Graham was coaching on the sideline?
Do I remember? He was coaching tonight.
Yeah, he was doing that tonight. Did you see how many players rolled their eyes when Devontae was coaching?
Lamelo Ball was laughing, talking to his other teammates. He wasn't listening to him.
Right. So you got a player who's a role player who has never won in the NBA, now giving sound advice to a number 3 overall pick. This is blasphemy. But I'm wrong for pointing it out. Who does this? I'm going to tell you who does this. Mediocre teams with mediocre organizations and front offices. I'm going to tell y'all what y'all going to do, what's going to happen if the Hornets don't do right by LaMelo. If LaMelo don't get his number 1 jersey, if LaMelo doesn't have a team built around him, if LaMelo doesn't get a new coach, he will leave. I'm saying this now. Now, they could right the wrong, but that's on them. Aunt Jane says Charles Barkley and Kenneth Smith are Jordan's close friends. Borrego made Barkley look bad tonight for predicting them beating the Pacers. Yeah, that was horrible, bro. Boy, I know Barkley pissed. Those two will be calling, telling Jordan he needs to fire him. Oh, yeah. You know why Charles Barkley thought that the Hornets was going to win? Charles Barkley, rightfully so, saw before LaMelo got injured, right? And how LaMelo was being used and they were on a winning streak. And that was the best peak of the Hornets. Now LaMelo's wrist is messed up and the coach is making less plays for LaMelo. Look at the film. LaMelo had way more touches before the injury than he had now. The injury was an excuse for James Borrego to pigeonhole Lamelo Ball. See, everybody thought that didn't pay attention to the Hornets later on in the season. They thought they were going to have that same team mid-season, but it wasn't there. That team was gone. This coach already scrapped over the playbook of Airbnb, gave up the ante of a usage rate to Devontae Graham, gave the Twins minutes. This is what they have done. But before I go, unoriginal, brother, since you've been on point tonight, I want to give you the last word. I want you to get the floor about everything, this exposed game from the Hornets and what the Hornets must do to produce a winner.
What this game shows is that James Borrego can't. James Borrego should be fired tonight. He should have been fired straight after the game. Tonight, he lost his job because he simply couldn't find it anywhere in his heart to just have a little faith in Lamelo. Even if he faked it, he could have saved his job tonight. A lot of players just ended their tenure as a Charlotte Hornet player. Devontae Graham could be one of them. Terry Rozier might well be one of those. PJ Washington PJ Washington is terrible. I ain't said anything about him tonight yet. He is booty cheeks. He's terrible.
Boy, he hasn't been the same since.
Yep.
I'm gonna call it PB, pre-Britney. PBR, pre-Brittany Renner. Tragic.
He's a liability on offense. He's a liability on defense. He's even overweight. He just doesn't look fit. He can't really jump. He's not really mobile enough. He's big, but he's not too big, and he's just an awkward player. He's an awkward player who just doesn't fit on this team. He doesn't really have much of a skill set. On a good night, can give you a few threes, but he's way too inconsistent. He's another one that has to go. What was shown tonight is that the Charlotte Hornets team has to be blown up quick and fast and has to be built around Lamelo Ball. Today was a great day for Lamelo Ball fans, for those supporters of Lamelo Ball, for Lamelo Ball himself. Because now I truly believe that Michael Jordan has to fire Borrego. As you already said, he's made Jordan look bad in front of his fans. Barkley probably made that pick because he was on the phone to Michael Jordan the night before. Michael Jordan's talking about, listen, we got something here. We got something for you guys. And Barkley's like, all right then. Coming on TNT, we're happy. Charlotte Hornets. Lamelo Ball, he's going to take him there just to see them get blown up by 40 to a team with no Karis LeVert and Miles Turner. Michael Jordan's not trying to pick up his phone tonight. He's not trying to pick up his phone tonight.
Oh no, he ignoring them calls tonight.
Yeah, he's on airplane mode, straight. What happened tonight is that this is the start of the Charlotte Hornets becoming Lamelo's team fully, and they will have to make moves. Too much is at stake now. The NBA have put Lamelo in a space where he's there with the Zions. He's there with the biggest names in the NBA in terms of the kind of money the NBA put into their promotion. He is now not a superstar player yet, but he's ascending to that status. He's a franchise player. Tonight signified the start of that. James Borrego will not be a Charlotte Hornets fan much longer. The team, as we've seen today, will not be the team we see next year. Not at all. And things will drastically change, and that can only be a good thing for us.
Exactly. And like K. Warren said, free Vernon Carey. Here's a big man who's very talented that James Borrego, since he doesn't want to play too many young players, wasted his opportunity. This kid should have been playing all season. But arrogance got in the way. And I bet you, I'm not going to say when the Hornets get a new coach. I don't do if, because if it happens, nothing ever happens. When the new coach comes in, I guarantee you that Vernon Carey will play way more than he did past season, as well as Grant Riller. I cannot wait. This is a glorious day. Lamelo Ball, man, great season. You deserved it. You proved a lot of people wrong. And the same people that making fun of LaMelo, oh, his team got blown out, they don't understand that this is a team game. They don't understand that he's playing with selfish-ass teammates. And they don't understand when he finally gets the green light, it's over. See, Unoriginal, he predicted 20 and 10. He was actually being nice, like he said. Because there was times LaMelo, if he really had a Trae Young green light, he could average 25. Easily. But they got to get all these Hollywood role players out of this damn team. You guys are not stars, you're role players. And if you don't want to buy in, get out. Go somewhere else. Because you're not going to be able, the Devontaes, the twins, they're not going to be able to take all those dumb shots they do on great teams. They're not. So this is DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. I will never switch up. I will never become something I'm not. I will always be me. Unoriginal brother, thank you for joining the show, man. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. He knows his basketball. Intelligent. I appreciate you joining, man. This was a fun show. It would have been longer if I wasn't busy at work, but I'm glad I did this show, brother. We'll have to do more in the future.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on. Always a pleasure to be on, and keep pushing that content. You're doing a lot of great work because everything you said has been proven to be true by the players themselves on the team. So no one can discredit what you say. You know what you know, and just keep pumping out that content. President of New Media, doing right by the supporters. I'll always give you your flowers. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, my brother. We're gonna ride out in style. Peace and blessings to everybody. Much love to everybody. This is a joyous day, like Unoriginal said, man. Lamelo Ball can finally have some clarity of a new coach, a new system, a team built around him. Michael Jordan, Mitch Kupchak, do the right thing. Build around your number 3 overall pick. Do what other great teams do. For once, Michael Jordan, right your wrongs as an owner. That's all we're asking for. Peace and love to everybody, man. I see y'all. Aunt James, Bartran, King of Common Sense. You're right, King of Common Sense, no identity. Hopefully they fix it out, but we'll see, man. Let's ride. New Media, Nation United. Peace.
Let me tell you something. Back in my day, let me show you.